Alright, so we're gonna start by attaching your brake linkage. Gonna end up slotting the end of the link through that hole on that little arm there. I end up pulling the whole linkage setup off, which is fine. You can snap the end of that ball right there back on to the arm it came off of. Up there. And then you need to grab your bolt. I'm just trying to get everything lined up. Okay, yes, this bolt has like a big old shoulder on it, that way that arm piece can slide around it. Because there's not a bearing or anything there, it's just the shoulder that that Teflon spacer rides in. Then we're just gonna push that little ball link back on. Yep. Okay, now we're going to install all of our bolts on the bottom. The rear two bolts are really long, but the other four are short little bolts. You see? Smaller. Tiny. Then, after that, you need to install your engine mount bolts. Now we're only putting these in here just till they're like in, because we need all four of the engine mounting bolts to be loose in order to set your gear mesh. Okay, now that we have those all loose, flip it back this way. Make sure your engine moves back and forth, like so. Give it a good jiggle. Yeah. I love Dr. Pepper, FYI. If anybody cared. Bring this in closer. Right? Need to do is, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you two gears, I guess. Alright, so what you're gonna need is some like copy paper. You tear yourself off a small bit like that. Most people say just stick it in there, and that should give you a really good gear mesh spacing. Now what I find out later in this clip, well first, you need to push your engine back, so I grab the engine with my thumb, and then grab the rest of the shock tower, and that'll push it back, that'll keep your gears pushed together. And that piece of paper is supposed to be the amount of space set for your gear mesh, but what I find is that I end up not liking that it's too tight, so I end up doing it again. This time I take that piece of paper and I fold it in half. Yeah, I thought it was done, but it was too tight. Okay, now that I folded them in half and did it again, the gear mesh is slightly better. Well, it's how it should be at least. Check to make sure that your gear mesh is set well. Go ahead and grab your spur gear. Come on. There we go, zooming in. Go ahead and hold your spur gear down and make sure that your clutch bell just rocks back and forth with like a screwdriver in your finger. And it should just rock just the tiniest bit. I mean, just a little fraction of a 1/16 of an inch. Just rock it back and forth. Make sure that everything spins and moves very smoothly. That was a problem before. It was too tight with it just being one piece of paper. So I folded it, made it two. And that seemed to be really good for a gear mesh. You just make sure it feels good. If there's like a lot of rocking for that clutch bell, that means it's way too loose. If there's no rocking at all, it's way too tight. You just need a little rock. And that's how you set your gear mesh. Alright, Bonnie, what do we tell everybody? Say like and subscribe for more RC videos.